Welcome to Standing Techniques 101 with Katt Ryann. Let's get started. Everybody standing. We are going to start with twists. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Circle forward with your shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Throw that arm over. Reach back with your other arm, give it a good stretch. Try to push your head back. Keep your neck straight to give that a little extra stretch. Switch arms. Give it a pull. Again, keeping your head straight, trying to push it back a little bit to give a little extra stretch. Big arm circles forward. Now a little bit smaller. Don't forget to breathe through this. You're going to start to feel the burn. And now tiny, tiny circles. Now the other way. Tiny circles backwards. A little bit bigger. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Big arm circles backwards. Be feeling it in those shoulders. We are working them out today. Now throw one arm across your chest, the other one meeting it at the elbow, giving it a good pull back. Switch sides. Turn your head to look over your shoulder to give a little bit of an extra stretch. Awesome. Straddle straight down to the middle, touching the ground, or as close to the ground as you can. Hang heavy. Walk your hands over to your left side, pulling back on that right hip. Giving that opposite leg a slight bend. Nice. Walk it through the middle, over to the other side. You're trying to keep your hips facing forward, so don't let them tilt. And give that opposite leg a nice bend. Feel that stretch. Awesome. Back to the center. Now you're going to take that right hand and bring it up, twisting your body. Keeping that left hand on the ground. If you can, feel free to wrap that right hand around your waist and get it in that little crease between your hip and your leg. Switch hands, keeping that right hand on the ground, left hand high. Twist. See if you can put it behind your back, between your waist and your hip. Nice. Now, making your way into a straddle position on the ground. Make sure you're sitting up on your sit bones. Big inhale, creating space, and over to your left side. Try to look up over your bicep towards the ceiling, keeping both sit bones on the ground. And turn and face that knee. Breathe through these stretches. Try to push yourself just a little bit further. It shouldn't feel great. You want to feel a little pull. Awesome. Sitting straight up and over to the right side. Again, looking over that bicep towards the ceiling. Awesome. Now turn to face that knee. Give a good exhale and see if you can just reach a little bit further. Nice. Coming back to center. Fold forward. Try to keep your knees back and toes pointed. All right, coming up. I'm going to go into a pigeon. Bend that front left leg. Try to sit up in that. Relax your booty if you can. Relax that lower back. Really going to feel the stretch in your side, in the side of your hip. Lay it down over top of that leg. As much as you can, just relax in it. Don't forget to breathe. Sitting up, gonna grab a hold of that back foot if you can. Just pulling it into a safe, comfortable position and let that foot down. Going to switch feet. Right leg in front. Sitting back into that pigeon. Try to arch your back as much as you can. Looking up at the ceiling. And walk it down. Lay it over the top leg. Really try to relax that hip. Awesome. Sitting back up. Reach around for that back foot. Awesome. Up onto all fours. I'm going to do a little cat-cow. Inhale into cat. Really arching that back, pulling that spine to the ceiling. Exhale, cow, arching and rounding it as much as possible. Now just isolating your chest. I'm going to do a couple rotations in one direction. 3, 4, 5. Now the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice. Now pushing your chest into the ground and keeping your booty high. Try to sit in that position. Try to feel loose. Exhale. Feel that arch. And pushing back into child's pose. Awesome. Stretch out anything else that you need to stretch to feel ready. Now is a great time to put your shoes on if you would like to wear them. They are optional, but practice makes perfect. So I highly recommend, if you have them, putting them on. Today we are going to learn 5 skills. You are going to need these skills in every level of pole. First is the pole walk, second body wave, third pirouette, fourth two-handed pirouette with passé, and 5 dip. After we learn these skills, we're going to put them all together. At the very end, we are going to condition and cool down. So let's get started. As I said, this first skill is the pole walk. We're going to do it on both our left and right sides. Feel free to stylize it as you wish. The second is the body wave. We're going to isolate from top to bottom and then from bottom to top. Third skill is going to be the pirouette. On both our left and right sides. Fourth, the two-handed pirouette with Passé. Both sides, of course. And lastly, the dip. Now we're going to start with a simple walk around the pole. Start standing close to the base of the pole and place your inside hand as high as possible on the pole in handshake grip. Keep your shoulder down and lean hips away from the pole, leaning your hips, not your shoulders. Start walking with your inside leg. Create continuous momentum and pull your center away from the pole, but maintain the tension from your top arm. It should take about 3 steps to get all the way around the pole. Feel free to stylize, maybe run your hand up your body, stroke your hair, and let's try it on the other side. Again, shoulder down and engaged, leaning your hips away, and we're going to start with the inside foot. 3 steps should get you all the way around the pole. You can do it slow and slinky, kind of dragging the toes of your shoes. Feel free to try it at different speeds. Yes, I'm loving your sexy pole walk. You are killing the game. Moving on to the body wave. Starting with feet wider than hip width, facing the pole. You're going to be in handshake grip on the pole, both hands. Up on your toes. And you're going to start leading with your head first, neck, chest, waist, booty, out. Neck, chest, waist, booty, out. Bend in the knees. Awesome. Again. Face, chest, waist, booty, out. Try that a couple times. Really slow it down. Isolate every part. Now let's go in reverse. So we're going from knees, waist, chest, face. Knees, waist, chest, face. Knees, waist, chest, face. Very good. Now I'm just going to change my direction so I'm a little bit more face on for you so you can see it. And let's just practice those body waves a couple more times, both from top to bottom and bottom to top, all on your own. Keeping in mind chest first, followed by the ribs, waist, hips, and then sit back, bending the knees. And when you're starting in the regression, you're going to start from that squat position. From that squat position, you're then going to really push your pelvis up and into the pole. Looking awesome. Yes. Moving on to skill number 3, the pirouette. We're going to start with our right hand high. Right hand is in cup grip, and the back of the bottom hand is on the back of the pole. You're going to go under your armpit. As you turn, your top hand is going to flip up to the pinky meets the pole, and then it's going to grip. As you turn, you release that bottom hand and re-grip with the bottom hand. So again, back of the hand, back of the pole, cup grip on that top hand, underneath the armpit, pirouette. Try to do a couple on your own, just walking around the pole, placing that bottom hand on the back. Here's a closer view of my hands. See that wrist on top as it flips up, meeting the pinky finger to re-grip on top. And mid pirouette, as you're turning away from the pole, that's when you release that bottom hand. And as you turn back around, you re-grip with that bottom hand. Let's try the other side. Yep. You are always turning into that armpit or underneath that top arm. Nice job, guys. This can be a little complicated, but you're doing awesome. All right, this time around, let's focus on our feet a little bit. So my left hand is on the bottom, so my left foot is going to follow that arm to cross over in front of my right foot as I push that pirouette through. Awesome. Try that a couple times. On to the next side. We're going to do that left hand high. Right hand is going to be followed by your right foot. Right hand pushes into the back of the pole, cross that right foot over the left, and push through the pirouette. Awesome. Try that a couple times on your own. Now let's walk into the pirouette. Right hand high. Take a step with your inside leg, turning towards it, pushing through the pirouette. Step. Find the pole with your bottom hand. Push the pirouette through. Nice. Now left hand high, inside leg starts, turning towards the pole, pushing with that bottom hand, walk through. It's going to take a little bit of time to make these really graceful and pretty, but this is something you can practice every time you walk through your pole space to get to the next room. Now let's combine those first three skills we just learned. Starting with the pole walk. 3 steps should get you back to where you started. Face the pole for a body wave. Face, neck, chest, waist, hips. Awesome. Pushing through that pirouette and walk it out again. We're going to do that a couple more times on this side. Walk it out. Face the pole, body wave. Pirouette, pushing that hand, bottom hand against the pole. Awesome. One more time and then we'll switch to our other hand high. Walk around the pole, back to our starting position, face the pole, face, chest, waist and hips, face, chest, waist and hips, face, chest, waist and hips. Now pirouette, pushing that bottom hand into the pole, twirling through the pirouette, walk it out. Nice job. Let's try it on the other side. Just a reminder, everybody's going to have a better side, especially in the beginning, but we should do both, otherwise we'll be lopsided. Walking around, back to our starting position, face, neck, chest, waist, hips. Really bend those knees. Awesome. Pirouette and walk it out. Again, we're going to walk around the pole, back to our starting position, body roll, face, neck, chest, waist, hips. Pirouette, pushing that bottom hand into the whole pole, walk it through, body rolls. Walk into that pirouette. Very nice. This next skill is the two-handed pirouette. Starting with our right hand high, our left hand is going to make a tray, and the space between your thumb and your fingers is going to fit perfectly into the pole. So push that into the pole, and you're going to rotate underneath your arm. That tray hand is facing up as you push it into the pole, and you rotate underneath that arm. I'm stepping with my outside leg as I kind of stop moving when I put my tray hand into the pole. That outside leg is the sturdy leg that's holding me as I pirouette. The stationary leg allows me to pick up the opposite leg into a passé if I'd like to, or any other kind of foot flare you'd like. Moving on to the two-handed pirouette with our left hand high. That right hand is going to be the tray now, palm up, as you push the space between your thumb and fingers into the pole, rotating underneath that arm. The outside leg is the stationary leg, allowing you to pull up the other leg into passé or to cross at the ankles, or whatever feels natural to you. Now let's try to combine the two-handed pirouettes, right hand high into left hand high, just back and forth. I find it easiest to have a step back before stepping into the opposite side. Pirouette, push through, step back, switch your weight back to that front foot, and push through in the other pirouettes. Now let's just focus a little bit on the passé part of this turn, starting with our right hand high, left hand palm up in tray position, pushing that in to the pole. So if you notice, when I cross over my outside leg to turn, my feet cross at the ankles, and it forces me to have to take an extra step to unravel them to continue on to the next skill. This is totally normal, and you can use this extra step to your advantage or to stylize in your own certain way. However, when we incorporate the passé by lifting up that non-stationary leg, it allows us to continue the walk out of the turn without having to take an awkward step to unravel our ankles. So the outside leg is going to cross over the inside leg. The inside leg is going to lift up into passé, allowing you to then just walk into the next skill. Let's try that again. Crossing over outside leg, lifting inside leg. Oops, I ran into the pole. Make sure to lean away from the pole so this doesn't happen. Crossing outside leg over, inside leg lifts. Turn is complete. Again, outside leg lifts and crosses over, inside leg picks up into passé. Beautiful. So let's incorporate the passé with the walk. Starting with our right hand high, left hand pirouette underneath. Excellent. Did you notice how you could just start walking right back into the opposite side pirouette? If that's what happened, you did it right. Keep practicing this. Feel free to pause it and just take some extra time to really hammer this skill out. Okay, now let's incorporate all of the skills that we've learned into one flow. Pole walk. Start the walk around, face the pole, into body wave. Now pirouette, walk into the two-handed pirouette, passé, very nice, and into the other side, walking around the pole, coming back to that starting place, body roll, face, chest, waist, and hips, very nice, pirouette, into the two-handed pirouette, lift that leg for passé, very nice, and walk into the other side. Now at your own pace, let's just do this about 3 times on both sides. Feel free to turn on some music and stylize it as you wish.
I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might have had your fill, I can feel it still. We can fight a war for peace. Giving to that easy living, goodbye to my hopes and dreams. Stop flipping for my enemies. We could wait until the walls come down. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks down. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now.
Moving on to our last skill of the day. This is called the dip, and we are using this grip, which is called the half bracket. Our right hand is going to be high, and the left hand is going to go across the chest. We're going to lean our hips out, bend our stabilized leg, also bending that outside leg as we come around to land right back where we started. You're going to be going through a movement that resembles a mini squat. Now let's try it on the opposite side. Left hand high, right hand across the chest. Really think about holding your shoulder down in place. Now throw the outside leg out, bend in the left leg, bend in the right leg to come back to standing. Now just go ahead and try that a couple times on your own, feeling the momentum as your outside leg guides you back to your original position. I'd love to see you do it 5 times on both sides.
Could keep my hands to myself. Think I'll dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Kiss my little baby girl as in me. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still.
Now let's incorporate a walk into the dip. We're going to try it on both sides. You can take as many steps as you'd like, just make sure it's the outside leg that lifts to push you through. And don't forget that left side. Awesome. Now let's put together all of the skills that we learned today, starting with the pole walk. Right hand high. Walk around the pole. 3 steps should get us back to face the pole. Face, neck, chest, waist, hips. It's body wave into the pirouette. Walking into our 2-handed pirouette. And the left hand is now high. And we'll start the dip from there. Very nice. Now let's go back to the walk on our right hand high. Walking through to face the pole, body wave, body wave, body wave. Into pirouette. 2-handed pirouette. That left hand is going to be palm up. Very nice. Dip. Amazing. Realistically, you can switch between your left and right hand as much as you want when you piece all of these parts together. So stylize it any way that you'd like to. It doesn't have to continuously go in the same direction using one hand dominantly over the other. It's the best idea to incorporate it in a number of different ways. So feel free to stylize and choose your direction and choose which right-handed pirouette or left-handed pirouette you're going to do. But I'll still walk you through what I'm up to right now. So left hand high. We're going to walk around the pole, facing the pole, body waves. Really dipping low and thinking about being on your toes through this body wave. Pirouette. Two-handed pirouette into the dip. And again, left hand high, walk around the pole. Till we face the pole, body waves, face, chest, waist, hips. Staying on your toes, especially for the hips part, it really intensifies the wave. Pirouette, two-handed pirouette, turning under that tray hand, and now dip, feeling the momentum, and back to start. Does everybody have one more in them? Let's just run this one more time. Starting with the pole walk. Into body wave. Pirouette. Two-handed pirouette. Dip. Voila. Great job today, guys. Now we're going to just get ready for some conditioning and a cool down. If you liked what you saw today, please subscribe. And if you have any feedback, I'm all ears. So we are going to start on our backs. Get our toes as close to our booties as possible. We're going to push into the floor, lifting our pelvis, pushing our shoulder blades down and lower. 1, up, 2, lower. 3, down, up, 4, down, up, 5, don't forget to breathe, down, and 6, down, 7, 8, 9, hold it at the top. We're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Feeling it in our booties. Alright, we're going into some crunches. Feet flat on the floor, hands behind the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Tabletop. We're going to bicycle those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, now we're going to come down into a hollow body, hold, make sure to push your lower back into the floor and relax. Now we're going to roll over onto our tummies to prepare for planks. But first, let's do a cobra to stretch out those abs, pushing up, looking at the ceiling. All right, now putting those elbows right underneath those shoulder blades, arms out in front, tuck your toes, Let's lift into that plank and hold. Really pushing your shoulders away from the ground, rounding out that upper back. Squeeze everything, booty, thighs, calves. Blow out all that air. Hold. Breathe through this. You can do it. And down. Rest for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. And hold. Pushing away from the floor. Squeezing every muscle. Clench your booty, your thighs, your calves. Breathe. And down. Rest 3, 2, 1. Back up into plank. Pushing away from that floor. Squeezing everything. Breathing. And down into child's pose. Enjoy this rest. We are going to do a little bit of stretching. All right, find your straddle position. Breathe deep, making space in that spine and reaching over to your left side, looking up past your armpit to the ceiling. Keeping your sit bones on the ground. Just breathe through that stretch. Now other side, up, looking over that right arm towards the ceiling. Trying to get that bottom arm to the floor if you can. Now face that left leg. Try to kiss your knee. Keeping your toes pointed and knees turned back. To the right side, try to kiss that knee. Maybe get your forehead to it if you can. Arm across your chest. Give it a good squeeze. If you look over your shoulder, you're going to get a little bit of a deeper stretch. Throw that other arm across. Look over your shoulder. Very nice. Up overhead, give your elbow a little pull, keeping your head straight. And if you give your arm a little push with the head, it gives it a little bit of a deeper stretch. Very nice. We're gonna crochet our left arm under our right arm and lay down onto our chest. Turn your head whichever way is most comfortable for you. And try your arm a couple of different directions, palm up, palm down, whatever feels best. Crochet that opposite arm under your left arm and lay down on that chest. Pushing back up. Gonna lead into pigeon stretch. Push up, arch back over that foot. Head back or eyes to the ceiling. And switching legs. Arching that back, pushing our back as much as we can. Looking towards the ceiling. And we're gonna do a couple cat cows next. Cat ceiling. Exhale into cow. Cat. Exhale cow. I don't know about you, but I can always feel that I can get more of an arch in both directions after a good workout like this. Now let's isolate that chest. Round in circles one way. And switch direction. Push that chest down into the floor. Feeling that stretch again in your chest and your back. Little cobra. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Awesome job. I'll see you next time.